me anytime.
I'll be glad to come.
Because then I'll be strong, eh?
All right, together.
Thank you, Lisa.
God bless you. Bye.
Thank you very much. So, did you get an idea how it works? Okay, if you don't have a sponsor, find one. I would like you to turn to your sponsor and play the situation right now, like we did on the stage. I would like you to play it. Okay, don't forget to use the green card, and remember to keep on the positive side, because if you really came here with intention to learn how to stay raw, that is a very important step. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to use it, if you're going to break through your shyness and being modest, and if you really do that, it almost guarantees to you that you're going to stay. It's going to make it much easier. It's something that helps. It's your anchor outside that will keep you floating in raw food. If you will just decide, well, I'm strong enough, if I decide I'm going to do willpower, I've never met even one person who was able to do it just by willpower alone. Never even met who was able to do it long time enough. And sooner or later, something happens, some stress. Okay, so I really encourage you to use your sponsorships. It's like you already members of CFA, Cook Food Anonymous, so you got a sponsor. If you don't like to use your personal sponsor, and if you can afford it, you can hire a professional psychologist to do that for you. They'll charge you about, I don't know, $60, $70 an hour, and you tell them, I want to be able to call you anytime, and you just stop me from eating cooked food, and they'll do it for you. You just keep paying, they'll do it for you professionally. You can do that too, another option. But now you got free sponsor for each other. You have it. The next step is how to learn to make raw food delicious. Well, Igor is making their table that they will bring in, and I'll be showing you how to make food deliciously. I want to assure you that you can make food very delicious. I personally stopped telling people my food is raw 6 years ago. And it all started with catering one raw wedding. When we just came to Ashland, and I didn't have a job, and I really, really needed some cash. All we had is our backpacks, and in the storage we had the machinery. And then somebody called and said, I heard you're a good chef. I said, sure. And they didn't tell me raw chef. They said, can you cater for a wedding? I said, sure. And I felt it would be unethical for me to even think about making cooked wedding, cooked catering. So I decided I'm going to make them raw catering, and it will be a challenge for me, but I thought, well, we'll see what will happen. And so I made a 3-tier wedding cake, and I made beautiful finger foods, and I made like a pig. The pate was like a pig, like a fried pig, and it was very funny. And it had lots of cucumbers around it and sunflower in the middle. And so we just made lots of food, beautiful sundaes and beautiful smoothies and lots of candies. And when they came, they were just very, very excited about how colorful was the table. It was very gorgeous. And everybody started the reception, and I do, and they were doing everything. And then maybe an hour later, I was already washing dishes in the kitchen. We rented a cafeteria for that, and then they sent a child in the kitchen, and the child said they want a chef out. And I thought, uh-oh, I hope they don't ask for money. I already spent the money. And I came out, and they look at me, just like you now, and they say, can you tell us what's in the food? And I said, what's special about this food? It's so different. Well, it's good. And I thought, oh. But they say it's so different. Is it Russian food? They said, what kind of herb did you put in all the dishes? And I was thinking, if I say it's raw food, they'll panic because they think, oh, salmonella, meat. So I just thought, what do? I say, come into the kitchen. And I showed them how I just made this garden burger. And I showed them how I made this candy. And they forgot about the bride and the groom. And they took pieces of napkins and they started to write on somebody's back, wait a minute, what did you just put there? How much did you just put nuts there? What kind of equipment is that? Where can I learn about that? They were not health seekers. They were just regular people They never ever read any health article in their life. But they loved how they felt. And they liked how it tasted. And they were very interested. And from that wedding, I had a big class in Ashland. They said, can you teach my wife how to make this food? I want to eat this food all the time. Because the food was delicious. And if the food is delicious, who would say anything against? Like, this gentleman is afraid that on his Thanksgiving the food won't be as competitive as it could be on cooked food. Well, it could be. Just put more ginger there, more lemon juice, more garlic, more stuff, more different tastes, more flavors. Make it delicious. And I'm sure you have recipes already. Okay, so you absolutely can make food delicious. Also, in your household, don't start introducing raw food to your household with wheatgrass juice and energy soup. Learn when you learn to make something more palatable, because people sometimes don't care if it looks like your blood and it's like really full of magnesium or calcium. In your household, they want it to be, first of all, comforting and delicious and feeling safe to eat, not like something like atomic. For example, one simple recipe is a smoothie is 1 orange and 1 banana. Of course, you peel them first, and you just blend orange first and then put banana in there. Banana could be fresh, could be frozen. And that is delicious smoothie, out of this world, to live for, delicious. Now, it's very important how you serve it. Don't pour that smoothie in an old coffee mug which says Grandma loves you with broken handle. You go to garage sale and buy for 25 cents some nice clear glasses, and you pour your smoothie in a nice glass, put some colorful straw and a colorful fruit on the side, and don't call it raw food. Say dessert, say celebration, special occasion, hey kids, come here in the kitchen. And when they try it, and they say, Mom, do you have more? Are there any seconds? Say, oh, this is so good. Then you could whisper raw food. Let them know that raw food is something so wonderful, that it always ends so fast and everybody wants it. And do you know how to become really good raw food chef? I can tell you the secret right away. I actually went around and asked many raw food chefs who are famous how they became raw chefs, and they all told me the same story. One day they appeared to be without any recipes in the kitchen and without even all the ingredients, and they just had to, there's no choice, had to make this dish. And they didn't even have all the ingredients, and they didn't have recipe. So they brainstormed and made it. And then it was so easy, they were so surprised. It was so easy to make raw food, delicious and in any texture, that since then they never used even one recipe in their life. They use recipes as guidance. So if I would be a good teacher, I would lock you in your kitchen without no mercy, without any recipes, and with just some ingredients. I say, until you make soup, savory potato, and cookie dough, I'm not letting you out. And then wait and wait and wait, and when you're crying, and then you stop crying, and then you begin to make this food, and you make soup and taste, wow, it's not bad. And then you make savory potato and you say, wow, it works. And then you make cookie dough, which is only 2 ingredients. in something, crust for the cake or candy, just 2 ingredients. How could it be difficult if it's just 2 ingredients? It's nuts and dry fruits. Just blend them together. That's all. That's your raw candy. And you change their flavors by choosing different nuts or different dry fruits, and that makes different candy for every day. You can stuff your fridge with those candies, so you always could run to there and grab one and eat that. And there's so much of raw food today that you could make. My friend even created pink salmon out of raw food.